Hello students, how are you doing? Hope you're fine and healthy like me. I'm going to explain about human sensory system, especially visual and hearing system. The basic competence to analyze the concept about visual and hearing system in human. The indicators. From this learning, students are expected to be able to explain the function of sensory system in daily life, describe the parts of visual organ and its function, describe the parts of hearing organ and its function. Before the learning, please watch and enjoy this video clip first. Do you like the dance? Do you like the music? I hope you enjoy the performance and the music. Do you know what kind of the sensory organs that works in our body to make us enjoy that video? Yes, you're correct. Eyes and ears. How does our sensory system work? Our sensory organs catch the stimulus. Then receptor in the sensory organ change the stimulus into impulse or electrical signal. Then nerve bring the impulse to the brain, so our brain can give the interpretation. For example, eyes catch the stimulus in the form of the light. The photoreceptor in retina change the light into impulse. Then the impulse travels to the brain through optic nerve. The first topic is visual system. The main visual organ in human is eyeball. The eyeball is protected by eyelid, eyelash, and tear gland that produces tear. The stimulus in visual system is light. The receptor is called photoreceptor, which are rod and cone cells. Now, I'm going to explain about the structure of eyeball. The eyeball is composed of 3 layers. There are sclera, the outer layer, choroid, the middle, a thin pigmented layer, and retina, the inner layer. At the front, the sclera form a transparent cornea, and the choroid forms the colored iris. Cornea is protected by a layer called conjunctiva, a mucous membrane. By changing size, the iris regulates the amount of the light entering the pupil, the hole in the center of the iris. Inside the pupil, there is a lens. Lens changes its shape depends on the distance of the object that we see. The process is called accommodation. Between cornea and lens, there is a chamber called anterior chamber filled with liquid called aqueous humor. Between lens and retina, there is a posterior chamber filled with vitreous humor. Retina consists of many photoreceptors. There are rod, and cone cells. Rods are more sensitive to light than cones, but they don't distinguish color. Rods enable us to see at night, but only in black and white. We have visual pigment called rhodopsin in rods. Cones provide color vision, but being lens sensitive, contribute very little to night vision. There are 3 types of cones. Each has a different sensitivity across the visible spectrum: red, green, or blue. Human retina consists of 125 million rods and 6 million cones. Photoreceptors change the light into impulses. The red arrows show the flow of impulse from the photoreceptors to the optic nerve. There is a special part of retina called fovea, the center of the visual field. There are no rods, but a very density of cones. So in the seeing process, the light is focused into fovea. One region of the retina, the optic disc, lacks photoreceptor. As a result, this region forms a blind spot where light is not detected. Can you see the differences of these 3 pictures? Yes, there are different eyes with different color of iris and different size of pupil. The iris controls the size of pupil depends on the light intensity in the environment. The brighter the light, the smaller the pupil. This picture describes the process of focusing in human eye. To see distant objects, the lens becomes thin. Meanwhile, to see nearby objects, the lens becomes thick and round. This process is called accommodation. Okay, now this is the explanation about human visual mechanism.
So, your eyes are like layers for light to pass through. The cornea helps your eyes focus on the light so that it can be passed on as a clear and sharp image. Next, it goes through the pupil. Iris is the name of one of the organs that are related to the pupil. It controls how much light can pass through the pupil or your eyeball. So next, after the pupil, is lens. The lens also helps your eyes focus so that you can see far or near objects clearly. Just like how our ears work, the lens then send the light into our retina, which then the cells in the retina, turns the light into electrical signals, which are then sent into our brain through the optic nerve.
The second topic is hearing system. The organs are ears. The stimulus is sound wave. The receptor is hair cell in organ of Corti. So in the hearing system, the sound is captured by the ear. Then the receptor in ear convert the sound into impulses. Then the impulses are brought by the nerve to the brain. Let's see the structure of ear. Ear is divided into 3 parts: outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. Ear consists of pinna that collect the sound waves. Auditory or ear canal as a channel of sound waves to the tympanic membrane or eardrum. Tympanic membrane is a thin tissue between outer and middle ear. Next parts are hearing bones or ossicles, consist of malleus, incus, and stapes. Oval window, a membrane beneath the stapes. Eustachian tube, a passage that connects middle ear with pharynx to equalize pressure between middle ear and the environment. semicircular canal that control the body balance, and cochlea that is connected to auditory nerve. Inside the cochlea, there are liquid called perilymph fluid and organ of Corti. In organ of Corti, there are hair cells that change the vibration into electrical signal. Then auditory nerve bring the electrical signals to the brain. And this is the mechanisms of hearing.
The outer ear catches the sound waves, which then travels through the ear canal. It then goes through the eardrum, which causes the eardrum to vibrate. The vibration of the eardrum causes three tiny bones called malleus, incus, and stapes to amplify the sound vibrations and send them to the cochlea. This cochlea is probably the easiest organ to remember because of its snail-like shape. The cochlea is filled with fluid. The vibration sent earlier into the cochlea causes the fluid to ripple, which creates waves. Now let's go deeper inside the cochlea into the hair cells. The bundles of hair cells move due to the waves, and they react by turning those waves into electrical signals, which then are sent through the auditory nerves into the brain.
Okay, students, that's all about visual and hearing system. I hope you understand the materials. Stay healthy by eat and sleep well. Have a good day. Thank you.